Hey everyone, today I'm going to share some simple strategies that I use in singles that allow me to compete with some pretty high level people, even though I don't practice or play anymore at all. So today I'm going to play two tiebreakers against rising freshmen who will be playing D1 tennis next fall. And there's three things I want you to look for in the first breaker that you can apply to your game immediately. Number one, when I'm hitting ground strokes, I don't miss net or wide. To me, those are mental mistakes. I give myself so much margin, and maybe it's a little easier for me to be disciplined since I don't practice anymore. But I think missing net or wide is just a complete mental error unless you shank the ball completely. I want to have big targets. I want to put pressure on my opponent to have to win points against me instead of me losing points simply by aiming too low or aiming too wide. Number two, I'm very passionate about not changing directions unless you have a very open court. So watch how many times I go cross court with my ground strokes versus down the line. I just like to play high percentage tennis. The percentages will be in my favor if point after point I'm making the optimal choice instead of taking a risky choice and going down the line. And number three, I know if I want to win these breakers, I've got to make returns. And I haven't hit a return in probably like 6 months. So my target is deep middle. I'm going medium speed. And as long as I make the return, I am very, very happy. So check out this tiebreaker. You'll either learn something through those three strategies, you'll laugh at me because I'm out of shape and breathing heavy, which is incredibly embarrassing. And then we'll play a second tiebreaker and I'll give you some more of my advanced strategies before we show that.
High, simple cross courts. I got downwind. Here we go. Yep. Don't even have to do anything. Just throw in a body serve, a forehand cross court. Return is going to go middle. And then I'm just going to keep going cross court with the ball. Might have to chip this return. Just wide. Man, all I got to do is make two balls. It's almost like this is what happens all the time in matches. You just play simple and let the other guy lose. Same thing, I got to return middle. Might have to chip this. Haven't hit a return in about a year. Nope. Cross court. That's special. That's special. I don't know that on that one. I don't know we can teach the YouTube audience to hit that forehand. I mean, I was all right. I played in the US Open when I was 17. But now I'm out of breath. So this is an issue. Body first serve, stay simple. I'm gonna change this, I'm going T. I just saw an opening. He was way over. So I felt like the T serve was open there. 4-0, gotta stay focused. Not even halfway there. Going wide serve here. So most of these points are short. Just like most tennis, I've had a couple errors. I hit a couple nice shots. Hit some good serves, but just plain simple. And out of breath after 5 points, which is absolutely stunning. Okay, hey. Middle return. Stay disciplined. He's got to beat you with winners here. Normally I'd attack, but since I haven't hit any returns, I'm going to stay back. Roll this thing deep. Again, I've got this guy pressing now. He's got a hole. Instead of seeing that I'm tired and just playing steady, he's going for a little bit. Same thing, middle return, always. I'm gonna be chipping my forehand if he goes there. They're returning. I'll take the coach's call. I thought you stopped, but I was going to keep playing to put pressure on you. All right, 7-0. Come on, first serve. I still see that opening down the tee. Haven't hit a second serve in about 6 months. Yep, there you go. It's all right. Mistakes happen. I can't believe I only have missed one first serve so far. 7-1. Need a body serve. Got to get this one. Body serve, going cross court. Simple. It's a good miss. A little more spin this time. Man, I mean, I'm almost tripping on myself. Wasn't hitting particularly deep, but I stayed simple and let my opponent lose to me. Not a whole lot going on there. All right, come on. Return middle, just stay cross. Nothing flashy here. Yeah, that's too good. I am always okay getting beat on good shots. And that was a great serve. Good serve. Come on, deep return middle. Be solid here. Deep. I honestly thought he was going forehand, so I cheated with my grip. Wasn't smart. All right, staying back. Come on a loop. I'm going deep middle again. I'm disciplined. There we go. I'm disciplined. I get the rewards. I haven't done anything stupid. I've lost 2 points on a double, just a little deep, and a hell of an ace. I'll keep my discipline up. I'm gonna go wide here. Again, I don't miss serves in the net because I keep my left arm up nice and high. Again though, I mean, it's a deep forehand cross-court air. If I'm gonna miss, that's the miss. I'd like to close this out right here. Breathe hard, 10 points ago. Wide serve, open court, first ball. Boom. Breaker.
All right, so quick recap. How did I do with my 3 rules? I missed 0 balls wider in the net. I hit 13 cross-court ground strokes and only 1 down the line approach shot. And on my 6 return points, I made 4 returns middle. He hit an ace and he hit a double fault sprinkled in there as well. So a really clean breaker for me, and it's no wonder why I beat him fairly easily 10-3. So now come more of my advanced thoughts, and I'm toying with calling him the Stokey Six because alliteration is incredible. But these are 6 errors that even though we know we can't eliminate, if we can just reduce them and do them less than our opponent, we're going to be in great shape to win more matches. And so the first 3 errors have to do with the first 4 shots in the point, which are number 1, missed returns, number 2, double faults, and number 3, missed +1 ground strokes. So if we know that a majority of points are 0 to 4 shot rallies, these aren't being won at the recreational level with aces and return winners and +1 winners. They're being won because people are making mistakes. So my job is to make serves, make returns, and make that +1 cross court and just let my opponent lose to me. They do it pretty much every time. If they're around my level and I can put balls in play, they will do all the losing for me. I don't even have to try to win. Mistakes 4, 5, and 6 we've already touched on, but that's missing balls in the net, that's missing balls wide, and that's missing balls when you change directions. And the lower levels, I would say just ground strokes are all you need to worry about. At my level, I was thinking volleys and ground strokes, but these are just targets. These are mental errors. So many people hit low to the net and close to the sideline because they're trying to hurt their opponent. And yes, they do that sometimes, but most of the time they end up just missing themselves. So that reward does not outweigh the risk that they're taking. So check out this breaker. We're going to keep track of those Stokey Six errors, and you can see that a lot of these points, even though we're both decent players, are really lost, not won.
All right. I really just feel like, I was going to say T serve is open, but My wide serve's working so well. I'm gonna start wide. Here we go. Again, I missed it deep. I had to be aggressive. It's a short ball. Downwind. I gotta remember, I gotta put more spin on this. It's okay though. It's good air. He had a good return. All right, middle return. I'm gonna chip my forehand, top my backhand. Second serve, I'm going deep middle. Ride this thing cross court. Yes. I didn't think I'd say this today, but I just want to point with my legs. And I really wanted to go down the line because I'm tired. But since this is on YouTube, I had to stay disciplined. Starting to sweat actually from exercise. First time in a while. Deep middle return here. Might pull it line actually. Ah! A little bit wide. And these are the mistakes I don't make anymore. He could have hit that a yard from the line and beat me. And because I just had great hustle the point before, that might have impacted him there. He might have felt my presence and gone for a little more. 2-1. Going wide here. That serve might have been deep. That's why you don't miss the net though. Every once in a while you get calls for something that's close. You're welcome. 3-1. Going T. I got this wide open. Yeah. I felt that one. Again, I think he gives me a lot of room on the T serves. Keep in mind, I haven't missed a serve in the net. I'm done with the net. I should have done this when I was 18 years old. I'm only 22 years late. Yeah, too good. Again, I don't mind losing on good. He hit a great serve. Skipped off the line. I thought he was going to go behind me because he respects my speed, but that was a stupid assumption. Ah! First wide serve in a while. You finally caught me cheating, Otto. Why would I cheat there? Okay, 4-3. 2 good first serves. I'm going T here. First ball cross. Okay, once you start talking about not missing the net, there you go. I'm going for a big serve T. Yeah, that's a tired decision. I went for a bigger serve because I was tired, which actually worked out. And then I overhit the ground stroke. Do I have enough energy for 3 points? Of course I do. Come on. Wide serve here. Top of the tape. It's absolutely embarrassing. Maybe you should have taken a volley or not try to drop volley on my first one. Good pass. Rock solid point by me though. Missed the volley and now I'm absolutely exhausted. Guess what though? 1 point, I'm right back in it. Backhand return through the middle. I am tired. I gotta take this early, come to the net. My best chance. Good mix up there. All right. Take my time here, catch my breath. Here we go. Make him hit a winner if he wants to close you out. Oh, baby. Simple return middle. I'm gonna go cross as many times as it takes. Oh, oh. The door is open. And now, since I missed a return and got a double fault, I got my win back. So 5-6, yeah. I'm going T, serve and volley. I'm gonna zoom on the video for that. I think it was deep too. 5-6, second serve. Oh, baby. I mean, that's such an average approach. And yet, I made him pass, and I got a freebie. That happens, especially at a big point. 6-6. Bad news. I'm out of breath again. Oh. This might have to be my ace T again. You see how I get more tired and the ball goes in the net? Here comes the serve and volley. Totally lost that ball. I think I'm blacking out. Should get on the treadmill or move faster than a walk some of these days. Okay, still alive. He already had 2 set points. Here we go. Middle return, make him earn it. Yep.
All right, so in hindsight, I actually don't think I'm in that bad a shape. It's pretty difficult to talk all the time in between points when you're trying to catch your breath. I'm not saying I'm in great shape, but it's not as embarrassing as I originally thought. So let's see how I did. I got up 4-1, but then I fell off a cliff and I made 6 Stokey Six errors while my opponent only made 5. So after getting up 4-1, I missed a return, I missed a +1, I missed a volley in the net, I missed another return, and I missed a volley wide. And I mean, those are 5 points I wish I could have back. If I could have just had one less error, I'd be in great shape and maybe would have even won that breaker. And you can compare that to my first 10-point breaker where I only made 1 Stokey Six error. In this breaker that I lost, I made 6. So I'd highly recommend charting your matches, paying attention to what's going on, and paying attention to these errors. And again, you can't eliminate them. So when you miss one of these shots, you miss a return, you double fault, it's okay. That's going to happen. We just want to do it less than our opponent. The less you lose, the more you'll win.